Hey guys, what's up? We are back again with another episode of Community Chat, and we are super excited because tomorrow, 12 p.m., is going down. March 20th, the Hampton Roads Big Three TikTok Battle Royale, and we are just stoked about it. We've had some great interviews with our different community partners as we've been promoting holistic health. And today we are very happy to have another partner that just has a host of information to share. She, number one, is the wife of Mr. Maurice Thompson. He is the ground up life chef, the mother of three gorgeous children, and she's also a veteran of the U.S. Coast Guard. She served our country, and she's currently a real estate agent with the Keller Williams brokerage. She is one of the sweetest people that you could ever possibly know. And I'm going to let her tell you guys a little bit more about herself when she comes up here. So I want to introduce to some and present to others the lovely Miss Kandra Thompson. Kandra, good morning.
Hey, Serena. Thank you so much for that beautiful introduction.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit more about Kandra Thompson, the real estate agent.
Yep. So I've been doing real estate now for about 2.5 years. I got out the Coast Guard. I was in the Coast Guard for a while, and I wanted to do something for myself. I had a son, and I was getting ready to have my second child. So I was like, I have to do something to where I have time freedom. So I tried a few different things, and then I came across real estate, and it just it's what did it for me. I was able to help people and educate them on the process of how to purchase a home. So when I got into real estate, it was just the thing that I've been looking for. It's like, where have you been all my life? So real estate is where it's at for me. And I'm able to set my own schedule, be at home with my kids, still cater to my husband and my family. So it works really well with my schedule and everything that I have going on.
That is phenomenal. So for other people that might be struggling with wanting freedom of their time and the stress that goes along with having to work a traditional job, what kind of advice would you give to someone like that? Because I'm sure you can identify, being in that space before.
Right. It's definitely hard. Sometimes, when you have something secure, just like me, I didn't have any plan when I came out the Coast Guard. So I was kind of in it just to secure my finances for the moment, take care of my kids. And then I just kind of went out on a limb and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get out. Like I can't, like the Coast Guard was my safety net for so long. And so I didn't really have a plan. But when you're in that situation, you got to just pray. I'm a spiritual person and I pray every single day. I pray for guidance. I pray for strength. I pray for wisdom. And on top of that, I'm very grateful and I'm thankful for everything that I have and for what the universe has given me. So the advice that I would give to someone that's in that situation would be just listen to your heart. Um, Write down your thoughts, write down your goals, and listen to what the universe is telling you what you should do. Because that's exactly what I did. And it's not easy. It's very scary, especially when you're jumping into something so fresh and so new. I was secure with having a paycheck every 2 weeks. That was security for me. So to get out of the Coast Guard and all of a sudden go to zero paycheck, that was super scary. And I have a 2-year old, and then I just had a brand new baby. It was really hard, but with prayer and grind and just write my goals, you're gonna get there. And look at me now. And I would never have imagined saying, look at me. If I can do it, anybody can do it.
That's powerful right there. And you said something important. You said write down your goals and have a plan.
Hmm.
And we had an interview this morning, and this is just confirmation because he said the same thing. You got to have a plan. You have to have a plan for every part of health for your life, your physical health. He talked about doing meal plans. He
Right.
talked about having a spending plan. And so, with holistic health, it's difficult because people sometimes can be doing really good in one area of health, such as they could be, doing really good financially, but their physical health is not the best. They're not working out, they're not eating right. And so that still, in some way or form, is going to impact their mental state.
Right.
So, what is your business's take on holistic health, and how do you, keep everything balanced?
It's like you said, it's definitely a balance because I work out consistently. I work out at least 3 or 4 days a week. And so when I go to the gym, I do a range of things, whether it's yoga, strength training, stretching, or cardio, whatever it is. But then when I'm done working out, I feel so good. But now I have to go home and put something healthy into my body. So it's two parts to it. So it's like, okay, I could work out, but then throw it all away with eating junk, or I could, stay focused, work out, and then consistently still eat right. Because when I look good, I feel good. And, I want to look good in my bikini when the summertime comes. You know what I mean? So I have to make sure, even it's really hard because sometimes I got to wake up early, go to the gym. It's hard. But if I want these goals, if I want, my stomach to look flat in my bathing suit, I'm going to get up and go to the gym. And then when I'm done, I'm going to have my green smoothie. And then I'm going to have a salad for lunch. And then I'm going to have, something healthy or light for dinner. So it's taking those little steps every single day that'll get you to your goal in the end. And it's not easy. It's very hard. But like I said, if you write it down, if you have a plan and you follow these goals every single day, well, at least for me anyway, I'm going to achieve that. So it's definitely a balance. So yeah, the
Absolutely.
would give is to, for someone trying to do that, is to write down your goals and write down that meal plan and then just stick to it.
So what is your take on, the spiritual, emotional, mental, financial health balance? What type of things do you do to keep that balance for yourself outside of, the working out and eating right? Because a lot of times, girl, I'm gonna be honest with you, I have realized that we sometimes are carrying around baggage, just like we carry around toxins in our body from eating the wrong thing. We can carry around emotional toxins in our mind, and sometimes that keeps us from executing. We
Right.
can know exactly what we want to do, but something inside of us just keeps us from moving forward. So, how do you overcome that?
Ooh, I'm going through, it's a struggle. I'm going through that now. Some days it's like, okay, I have to do this. I know what I have to do, but it's like, oh, what is holding me back from actually doing that? And what I think it is the unknown. It's like, okay, I know I have to do this, but what's on the other side of that? It could be scary. So maybe that's what's holding me back or holding someone else back. And it's like, I'm not going to get to where I need to be being scared or feeling this way. So it's like either I get out of this shell or get out of feeling however I'm feeling because I know I have to do these things. It's either that or stay in the same place I am and still be stuck forever because my mind is telling me I'm scared or I can't do it or whatever it is. So you have to, well, for me anyway, I have to be conscious of that. So it's like, okay, I have these lists of things I have to do. I have to call these people. I have to do this. I have to do that. But what keeps me from saying, oh, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do that. Or I'm not going to deal with that is knowing that I don't want to be stuck in the same place forever. I want to get to that other level. I want to get to a level that I've never been before. And for me to be able to do that, I can't continue to just not do the things that need to be done. And it's not easy. I can say it's as simple as that. It's simple, but at the same time, it's hard because or at least me, I get in my own way.
Girl, talk. You're preaching. You're telling the truth, for real. We get in our own way a lot of times because, like you said, it's about that internal thermostat. Sometimes we don't even know that we subconsciously think we're not worthy.
Right.
And a lot of that stuff is embedded. Like I'll give you an example. For myself, I was analyzing some things that I had done over the past couple of weeks. And I
Mm-hmm.
said, gosh, I'm giving a lot. And that's good. It's great to give. You should be a cheerful giver, but you can't give everything away.
Right.
And I have the tendency of doing that sometimes. I will give it all away just because I thought it was because of my heart, but I was reading this book and it was actually saying that when you do things like that, it's really a underlying issue of self-sabotage.
Mm-hmm.
Because for whatever reason, something inside of you says you're not really worthy of having this. So just give it all away, give
Yep.
it to others. And I'm like, wow,
I
I didn't realize that. So now I'm checking myself. I'm analyzing myself. I'm meditating more and I'm trying to get to the root of why. Why is that negative thing still present in my life? So I completely understand you, girl. And I affirm that the struggle is very real. So with that being said, we've acknowledged that it's important to eat the right kind of things and we've acknowledged that we want to have that balance. But when it comes to, people trying to overcome that hurdle when it comes to real estate and buying a home, that could be very difficult, right? Because a lot of people are stuck with all the other stuff they have going on, and then they come to you, they want to buy a house. How do you help someone like that? What kind of advice and guidance do you offer your clients
right.
that allow them to get through these processes that go along with buying a house? Because that can be very stressful too.
Right. Absolutely. Buying a house is very stressful. It's an emotional process. And just with everything, if you don't have, certain things in order, it's going to make the process even harder. I think, spiritual, financial, physical, mental health, all of those things play a part in every aspect of your life, whether you're buying a house, whether you're working, whether it comes to your relationships. It applies everywhere. So it will apply to buying a house. If your mind isn't right, like if you're not mentally ready, it's going to be harder to go through that process because so many different things come up, unexpected things come up. So if you're not mentally ready to tackle these things, it's going to make it so much harder. So what I do as their professional, their real estate professional, I go through all of that with them. I let them know, hey, I'm here to guide you through this process to let you know what you need to do from A to Z. It's not going to be easy, but if you listen to me and if you take my advice and if you take my guidance, we can get to the closing table and this is going to be your home, something that you've been working for a really long time, and I'm going to help you get there. And so, when I talk to them and coach them and guide them through the process, it makes it so much easier. So that's just basically what I do, is just guide them through the whole process and let them know up front it's not going to be easy, but if you listen to what the guidance and my expertise that I'm giving you, we're going to get to that closing table and you're going to get your end.
Absolutely. The gentleman that was on earlier, Anthony Van Dyke with New American Funding, one thing that he had said was you need to start preparing 6 to 8 months before you're actually ready to purchase to get some money saved, because the way the market is right now, you have to be prepared to bid, well over the listing price if you want to compete with
Yeah.
people. Do you feel that, that's some real insight into how things are right now?
Right now the market it's a seller's market out there. So, and it's tough for buyers. Not saying that buyers aren't buying homes, because they are, but a couple years ago when buyers had that leverage and they were able to more negotiate the listing price, it's not so much like that anymore because there's not as much inventory meaning houses on the market for buyers to purchase. So the sellers are the ones that have the leverage, where a buyer, when they used to come in and say, if a house was worth, let's say, $250,000, and a buyer was like, okay, well, I'll offer 240. Can you pay 3% of my closing costs? A seller would do that. They would agree to most of those things. Whereas now, a seller, they have 10 offers or more coming to them, and they're like, okay, well, they want me to pay closing costs, so they're not even entertaining that offer. And here comes an offer where full price or even over asking price. They're paying their own closing costs. They're getting their own, they're paying for their own home warranty. These are some of the things that the seller would have contributed to, whereas now they're not doing that. So for a buyer in today's market, they have to have their own, a lot of times they have to have their own closing costs because sellers aren't paying for that. They more than likely may need to pay their own home warranty. So you have to come with a strong offer and pretty much ready to win the offer or win out all the multiple offers that are on the table that the sellers are receiving.
So it sounds like that you definitely got to have your mental game together. This is not something that you can go into being unprepared, because it seems like it's already stressful enough, but adding on these new dynamics, this could really overwhelm someone.
For
So
sure.
thank you for, reiterating what our lender had said earlier today. And if you are someone that's looking to purchase a home, or even if you're looking to list a home and you want to work with a great professional, Kendra, tell them, how can they get in touch with you?
Absolutely. You can call my cell directly, 757-967-7623, or you can send me an email, Kandra Thompson at kw.com. Whether it's a seller and they're looking for a complimentary home analysis to see how much their home is worth. Because like I said, it is a seller's market. People are overbidding for houses. So if your house is possibly worth 250,000, you can maybe get 10 more thousand over that because that's what buyers are offering. And for a buyer, we do a buyer's consultation. So for buyers that are looking to purchase in this market, they can contact me. We'll have a buyer's consultation where I'll walk them through the whole buying process from start to finish, from pre-approval letter all the way to closing table and getting your keys. So either one, I am an expert in both, and I would be delighted to guide them along the way and what to do to prepare.
That is fantastic. And I can vouch and say that she is a pleasure to work with. We have done several transactions together with her helping, my clients and me helping hers. So she's very knowledgeable, and she definitely is here with the right kind of energy. So make sure you get with her if you are in need of just some advice, you want to learn more about buying or selling your home. So let's change it up a little bit. With the pandemic and how it has impacted everyone differently over the past year, I can't believe we're still in this thing. It's like we're stuck in a loop that we can't get out of. But, what has been some of the hardest things for you to overcome during the pandemic?
Just what's been hard for me is my kid, like having my kids doing virtual homeschooling. And, whereas before they were going to school, being social, whereas now they're strictly at home, they don't really get that time away from us to just to explore, to be themselves and to get out the house a little bit. So it's hard for me seeing them kind of cooped up and bored a lot of the time. So we have to really get creative to keep them, active and their minds still working and learning and all of that good stuff. And, for me, having that time away from them too while they're in school, that's not there anymore. So it's kind of been a struggle. So that's why those four dynamics of the mental, physical, financial, spiritual health all come into play, because I need it more now than ever, especially with everything. So that's been the hardest part, but it's been a while now. So my mindset is I'm accepting of it. So it's like, okay, there's nothing I can do about it. So I just continue to write down my thoughts, my feelings, and then I just work with that. Just work with how I'm feeling and don't be so hard on myself, and just be nice to myself. Be nice to my kids because they're going through it too. Be nice to my husband. He's going through it too. He cooks meals for us every day. So I'm just so very grateful for them and for my kids that we're a team. We've had to have family meetings where we're like, okay, a lot has changed now, and this is what we do. We check in with each other. So we're not always mad at each other or going at it. So it's a lot. It's been a really big adjustment, but with that, it's been a blessing too, because now we're around each other so much more. We're learning each other's, temperament, attitudes, what makes us laugh, what makes us cry. So we're learning each other more. So that's been a blessing. So it's a whole lot, but we're just learning to live with it and keep living.
Girl, keep on living, right? We got to keep going. And I love your transparency, and I love the fact that you said that you got to check in with each other, because we have to make sure that the loved ones that are around us are okay.
Right.
Sometimes that's all people need, is just to know that someone cares,
Mhm.
and to be able to, get that extra affirmation. So we're just glad to have you here, guys. And this Saturday, tomorrow, Saturday, March 20th, is going down. The TikTok Battle Royale is going down, down at 12 noon. If you have not gotten your tickets yet, guys, please register. We're going to put the Eventbrite link in the chat, or you can go directly to Eventbrite, put in Hampton Roads Big 3 TikTok Battle, and you can go ahead and register. You can get the link for the live broadcast, and we would love to see you. Again, if you are looking to purchase a home, or you're looking to sell a home, you want to get a complimentary analysis, you can get with the lovely Miss Kandra Thompson. How can they get a hold of you again, Tandra?
Yes, either call me directly, send me a text at 757-967-7623, or you can send me an email, KandraThompson@kw.com.
Sounds awesome. So before we go, we always want to take a moment and just give out a word of encouragement, a word of inspiration, a final thought. So, what will you leave the audience with today, Kandra? What is your closing remark?
My closing remark would be to stay mindful, have that mindfulness, be in the moment, just be open to receive different messages, and just be spiritual, pray, just be in tune with yourself, those that are around you, and just keep your eyes open, be spiritual, just be mindful and breathe, take deep breaths, and your whole life will change.
Amen. Amen. Absolutely. Well, we are excited for you and the strides that you're making out here in the community. Continue to do your thing, stay encouraged. And, anybody out there, if you guys are listening to us, I hope that this is encouragement to you, for you to know that you're not alone, you're not by yourself. Wherever you are on your journey, there's other people that have either been where you are, or they already are where you're going.
Mhm.
So just no, we're here to support you. We're here to offer you resources. And again, if you need to get in contact with us, don't hesitate to do so. Until the next time, guys, tomorrow at 12, we wish you love, we wish you peace, we wish you joy.
Amen.